Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, QB So Effing Amazing. This is my guy, Blackamore, and together we talk about conversations on how you can get your health in order, man. How you feeling, brother? Good seeing you, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this. So this is actually our third time recording. You know, the first two times we had some technical difficulties, but this time we gonna get through it, y'all. But we gonna hop straight through it. We gonna hop straight into it. So what if me and Blackamore told you all that there's a product that markets itself as healthy wellness? Uh, it says it gives you energy, but it also has the potential, or it also has the ability to damage the heart as well, right? So there's a 17-year-old athlete, honorable student that had no prior health issues that has passed away from this particular product, and it's a product that we all have consumed at some point in time. Right, so there's a 17-year-old girl in Texas, teenager by the name of Larissa Rodriguez, healthy, active, cheerleader, had plans to go to college. Right now, according to the medical examiner, the cause to her death is linked to cardiomyopathy from excessive caffeine. And the particular energy drink that she has gained an addiction to was the Alani Nu. I have never tried that one myself. At one point in time, I have tried the Celsius, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe Celsius is over Alani, and Alani is right underneath that. So yeah, I mean, one can offers, I mean, probably around 200 milligrams of caffeine in one single can, and that's double the recommended daily limit for a teenager. So because of that, there are lawsuits in play from the girl's parents and relatives. So my question to you is, bro, is like on this well, first, before we get into that, what was your thoughts on this situation when you came across this story?
Damn, that's crazy. The thoughts of it's fascinating to me how people. Well, before I even get there, it's fascinating that caffeine could be sold to any and everybody. Like, I feel like there needs to be a age limit, just like with cigarettes or alcohol, especially with energy drinks. Because I don't even want energy drinks is worse than just the caffeine. Like, if she was just drinking coffee, I don't believe this would have happened, because there's not too many deaths acutely linked to coffee. It's the energy drinks, but the extra shit that they put in there, which we can get into a little bit later. But it's unfortunate, and uh, people need to, especially parents, need to use this story as a wake-up call to be conscious of what you allow your children to have. I know it's a lot of people who let their kids drink caffeine like it's Kool-Aid. Shouldn't even be having the Kool-Aid, let alone
Yeah, shit is okay. So my thoughts on this story is that and this is just an assumption, right? When I read it, I'm like, was she drink like how many of them was she drinking in a day, right? And so I don't know if it was a graduation party, but it was some gathering that she was having. Like she loved to drink so much that her theme was Alani Nu. So I think arguably she had some type of, she had some type of addiction to this energy drink. And who knows, she probably was drinking a couple of them in a single day. I know for some people that I know personally, they may sip on one energy drink throughout the entire day, because anything more than that can be dangerous, right? But I guess my problem was that the parents wasn't trying to hold any accountability for this. You know what I'm saying? As far as, because I know for me as a parent, right? If I notice my son has an addiction to an energy drink, and I know the benefit, or not the benefits, but I know the dangers of an energy drink, and I see that he's slamming them back to back, I kind of want to intervene with that and just school them a little bit. Like, look, hold on, we gonna have to, if not place a limit, we gonna have to figure out how to kill this addiction, right? Because you gonna end up killing yourself. So what they're trying to do is put all the blame on the companies and not try to and not take any accountability for what happened. So um and the companies is saying like, look, it says on the product of, the risk of, so we are legally compliant with, with putting that label on the product. So is it really our fault that y'all made the decision not to read that? So when it comes to the parents and the company, bro, like, who do you feel should be held accountable, or should there be a comparison as far as accountability?
Company, hold on real quick.
uh
Hold on real quick. Cause I'm on their website now, and I'm looking at their cans. Wherever they have that warning at, it ain't nowhere easy to see. It looks beautiful and colorful. It says energy and their company name on there. It has gluten free and vegan and all that to make you believe that
so
it's
it ain't
healthy. I
so it
don't
ain't
see
got
nothing about no warning. It's probably, if there's warnings, it's in some small fine print.
so it ain't
And
no warning sign on there.
if it is, it's small fine print because I can't see. I don't know if y'all can see this. If there's one, hold on. If there is a warning on there, it had. Oh shit, I can't show it on the camera. But if it is a warning on there, it's a very small print on the back, right? So it's not like they have it right there front and center. And another reason why I blame the company and the government, because like I said earlier, the fact that these types of products could be sold to anybody
Mhm.
without any type of restrictions is crazy. This is not to say I 100% absolve the parents either,
Yeah.
because we have to do in that front is we have to adjust our standard of parenting. Like we
Yeah.
are, it's easy to like. I'm pretty sure more people are siding or taking. I'm sure more people are not holding the parents as accountable because the average parent doesn't know what they're putting in their own body, let alone their kids. They figure if we can go buy it at Walmart, it must be okay, right? But we gotta tighten our standard as parenting, and we gotta yo. The reason why energy drinks is so dangerous, they got first of all the caffeine within itself, and then they put the taurine in there, and the combination of that much caffeine and taurine together is not great for the. It's worse than just having caffeine by itself or taurine by itself. Those two things by themselves can actually be beneficial. As a matter of fact, taurine, me knowing that is how I help lower my blood pressure. This is what I do with my clients to help lower their blood pressure. But when you combine the two, the effect that taurine has on your heart and the effect that caffeine has on your heart in combination becomes toxic. And we get results like we see with this poor 17-year-old girl. And that I feel, but I wanna put the heat to the company a little bit. Cause don't act like y'all. It looks like look at these colors, y'all. This would appeal to a goddamn 17-year-old.
Yeah, because I get what you're saying. Like they, so if I get what you're saying as far as the colors and shit, because it's very, like highlighter, like pinks, yellows, and blues and shit like that. So how you feel about? Because like what the parents was trying to say is like, look, uh, y'all find influencers that my children look up to, and put the product in these influencers' hands, and they market it. So y'all targeting the youth as well. Do you feel
Mhm.
like that's intentional, or they just finding influencers to market the product?
Well, I think they're just doing whatever sells the product, indiscriminate of whoever it is. If it happens to be the teens, they don't give a damn because
Yeah,
their number
yeah,
one
yeah.
priority is just making money, which is why we have to tighten the standards of parenting. Parents, understand. Companies don't give a fuck about y'all like that if they can make money off of you. They want to
Yeah.
keep you alive just enough, you know what I'm saying, to keep some money coming in, but they don't mind killing some of you in the process if it makes the
Hmm.
money. Like the another thing, I mentioned the caffeine with the taurine, and then like what caffeine does to the brain, that's dopamine. That's like a drug. So, and the
Facts.
sugar or the fake sugar, it has the same effect. It both make you insulin resistant. They both have your blood sugar levels spiking and going up and down. So that mixed with the dopamine from the caffeine is easy to become addicted, especially if you're a young person. So imagine a young teenage girl seeing orange and pink and purple and their favorite influencer, and they get that dopamine from the caffeine and then the sweet. Yo, it's very easy to become.
Yeah. And the shit, and speaking of caffeine, an episode we did a while ago with my guy Johnny and Jake, we had did a review on a book called Why Do We Sleep, right? And in a section of that book, it talks about caffeine, right? So it talks about the chemical by the name of adenosine that happens in the brain, right? So as you go throughout the day, adenosine builds up, and this is what tells the receptors like, look, I'm tired, right? So when you drink so much caffeine, what happens is that the caffeine kind of covers or masks these receptors. So when the adenosine reaches its peak, it can't alert, or so you get a false sense of feeling alert or woke because of the effects of the caffeine. So that's also something we have to think about. But so now that makes me want to do research by, the next time I'm in the store, I want to actually look at the cans myself, Alani Nu, and see if I can visually, like, if I could see the warning, or they probably put it just small enough to where
I'm gonna
not
see if
even
I
the
can
human
find it.
eye can read
Let
that
me see
shit.
if I can actually find the warning label.
Yeah. They probably put that shit just small enough to where the human eye can't even read it, but they placed it there just so that just so they can
Compliant,
say
yeah.
that they added it. So um
Cause you gotta think, even on a case, a pack of cigarettes, uh, ain't the warning still on the back and fine print on that?
yeah,
So
but
I mean, an energy drink is less, or I don't know if it's less dangerous. I would think still less dangerous. Of course, they gonna always hide it.
yeah, and then I had brought up this as well, is that you know even if the fine print, like, it's just something we need to start paying attention to, because 95% of us don't pay attention to that fine print. You know what I'm saying? If it's on there, even if it's small, try to read what that fine print says, just so you can save yourself and people that's
Okay,
close
yeah,
to you.
it's on there. It's on there, and then it could be it'll
Like,
be
is it
NC.
is it is it readable? Like, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for it, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, nobody looks at the back. So what it says, it does say it's not recommended for children. So then it's like, is a 17-year-old a child, or is teenager its own separate category, young adult? I wonder how they gonna view that when it's
So
time to.
from what they was throwing a lot of 18, like younger than 18. Like, I guess 18 was the cap, but I guess by her being 17, that's how I was taking it. She was being considered as a child. So it's on there, but like you said, like, it's just the fine print is just not something we look for, whether it's on, goddamn it, an energy drink. Shit, I mean, we going to sell our motherfucking life away on a car and shit, buying, we don't even look at fine prints on contracts,
Yeah,
and that's just not something we do. So I think this is also a lesson to let us know, like, look, whatever it is, and you're not sure about the product, man, you search for a fine print, because I'm sure it's on there, and then that'll give you, or put you in a position to decide if you wanna consume that product or not.
and just because a lot of times, it says like not recommended for children. So you think if you're an adult, it's okay.
Yeah,
Grown-ups die from this shit too, and it's not good for you either, adult man or woman. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's true.
It's just
Hell
even
yeah,
worse when you're younger and your body ain't. Basically, when you're an adult, your body just a little tougher, so it can fight a little more. And
yeah.
then think of how much think of it has to be a lie if they're telling you vegan, gluten free, all these healthy indicators, but at the same time it says not recommended for children and danger warnings. How can both be true?
Right, right. I ain't think about that. No, that's something we got to think about as well, y'all. And also another thing that's a marketing strategy as well. Not only now with Red Bull, I would say Monster too. I tried a Monster before, and it took me, goddamn it. I just couldn't drink the motherfucker. It had so much sugar in that goddamn can. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to finish this joint. And I pulled over and poured my shit out. But another thing is a marketing strategy with what I seen with Celsius and Alani is that not only do you become addicted to the drink, but they release a lot of different flavors, man. They leave, you know what I'm saying? So you probably like this flavor, and they probably done release 5, 6 different other flavors. Now you want to try them all. As a matter of fact, somebody that I know personally, I believe it was on a Celsius can that had them believing, man, what was the wording? Something about metabolism or something like that. But she
Speeds
pretty
up your
much thought,
metabolism.
yeah, she pretty much thought she could just drink this Celsius and she wasn't gonna have to put no work in, and that the Celsius was just gonna do the work for her. And I had to stop her in her tracks. Like, look, this ain't what that. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it's other ways you can speed up your metabolism. This shit right here, what they're doing, is a marketing scheme. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put that shit on there because they gonna make it seem like, look, you can just drink me and you don't have to do no work, and I'm here to speed up your metabolism. So I had to stop her right there because she was finna put herself in a dangerous situation, right? Because she tried the blue flavor, she liked the blue flavor. Guess what? It's 5 other different flavors in the cooler. Shit, I want to try them all. And then, luckily, she had asked me, like, look, do you drink Celsius? Like I used to, but I realized I started to feel the effects of Celsius. Like my body started to reject the energy drink. So that I took that as a sign. You know what I'm saying? And she listened to me, so I possibly saved her life. Who knows? She probably would have got so addicted that she was down to 2, 3 of them in a single day, thinking it was doing something useful for her body, and it wasn't. Yeah, we gotta stay on the lookout for that, y'all. Man, bro, when as far as the team back in Texas, man, is there any legal situations you heard of regarding this situation, as far as the parents and the companies?
Yeah, not that I heard of, but I do want to add earlier, because I was getting on the company ass, and I said we got to tighten the parenting. I don't even know who exactly the blame is. I do know that a bunch of adults failed her. You know what I'm saying? From the parents to the company to whoever's responsible for regulations, there has to be something done to where teenagers, if it's not recommended for children shouldn't be able to get access to it so easy. So we have to do something. I don't know what law needs to get passed. I don't know what needs to be lobbied. And I also want to challenge corporations. I understand marketing. I understand business. I don't want to hate on it too much. You got to get the people what they want. I want to challenge corporations who sell unhealthy products to lean into that in your marketing. There's people who take pride in not being healthy. I used to be one of them. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just sell them on the pleasure of it, and then you can even shun the healthy. I challenge y'all to do that, because this other shit is it's dishonest when you really think about it. Be for real with it. How can you sleep at night knowing that there was something you could have did better to prevent people from dying from your product?
And like you said, like one thing we gotta understand too is that man, this system we in is people try to find any way to capitalize off anything. You know what I'm saying? Like a life really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I wouldn't even be surprised if whoever the head is, the head of this brand, the head of the company, the news got back to him. Yeah, a teenage 17-year-old was drinking our product and she had heart failure or whatever. I wouldn't even be surprised if he pushed that news off or pushed that story off to the side and went about his day, because he still made his money at the end of the day. That's the type of people we deal with in this world. Like very, very evil, smart individuals that's only here to capitalize off of the people. You know what I'm saying? So
and the reason why I feel it's important, and why I'm making it a point to be critical of them, and not just that company, the whole industry, they have no incentive to change until they get a see how public sentiment is responding to them. If we all say, "Oh, well, the parents should just been doing that," companies have no incentive to change or change their marketing strategies or nothing. But when we say, "No, fuck Alani," matter of fact, while we at it, fuck Celsius, fuck Red Bull, y'all killing us, blah blah blah. And if that
Yeah,
message is loud enough, capitalism says you have to make an adjustment to at least just be more honest
yeah,
about your product. We're not saying don't sell them, no nothing. I don't recommend them, but get your money,
yeah,
do what you do. Just be more honest. Make the
yeah.
truth more obvious for the common person to know.
And what's crazy is in the marketing scheme is so out of this world. I mean, shit, Celsius and Alani, shit, even Red Bull is at the front register when you know what I'm saying? It ain't no water, it ain't no vitamin waters, ain't none of that shit. Is all straight caffeine right at the counter, you know what I'm saying? So if it's ever a time where you're thirsty, goddamn it, you might have a, what's the use of going back to way back to aisle goddamn it 5 or 6 or whatever aisle that might be to get a case of water or something that's more beneficial for you when shit I could just grab this Alani right here by the counter. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a water, but this'll do. So and then you brought up something else as far as like it not being too accessible. So the same way we go into the gas station and we gotta present an ID for alcohol and cigarettes and all of this shit. An 18-year-old, anybody that's under 18 shouldn't just be able to freely just go into the store, open up the cooler, grab an energy
Especially when
drink.
it's established that, like you said earlier, you shouldn't be having more than an X amount of caffeine a day. The average
Yeah.
teenager does not weigh what they need to weigh so they don't exceed the average serving of caffeine in these energy drinks. My bad to cut you off, but I had to say
Oh
that.
no, you good, bro. Shit, appreciate you for adding that because that's serious. Like it's too accessible, and we talking about not just one cooler in the store, but it's one at every register. And goddamn, it, you probably got the pizza right here, and it's a cooler on the side of the pizza too. So you know what I'm saying they might like pizza, and then fuck it, I'm gonna grab this Alani right along with my pizza. So I think we have to. That would be a step as far as not making the shit too accessible to teenagers, right? Even if that means I'm not sure how y'all would do that, but if a teenager comes in and decide, look, they wanna buy an energy drink, man, present this ID, right? Simply because there has been previous incidents where teens have died from heart incidents because of too much caffeine from these energy drinks. So this is and of course I understand me and bro talking about this probably ain't enough to push that onto the companies, but like again, like we putting this shit into the world because maybe you got kids that's addicted to the energy drinks and just like the story that we shared and maybe enough people can come together and push this shit on the companies to try to save more teens in the future. So
Mhm.
man,
And
yeah,
more adults.
yeah, more adults as well because I done seen man, I done seen. I'm not even sure how big the biggest can of Red Bull is, but I done seen a motherfucker slam like two of them in one day. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure about you, bro. But like it's times where I done drunk an energy drink, and I feel the pace of my heart just that it's not normal. You know what I'm saying? I feel it, and that was kind of a sign for me to yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop buying these because I can already see where it's going. So, man, bro, is it anything else you want to add to this story, brother?
Yeah. So, because I keep adding like it's fucked up for adults too. And one thing I know from first and second hand experience is one type of adult who's most prone to get some energy drinks is people who be on the road in them trucks.
Man, we can definitely got a little time to talk about that shit, man.
So I
We
just I
we
just want to give alternatives. Maybe it could be a little difficult to drink a hot cup of coffee and operate an 18 wheel at the same time.
yeah.
Energy drink is much more convenient, probably safe. You sweat a hot coffee, you swear will be kill people. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
But an even better alternative I would say look into is gum. They have gum with caffeine in it. And even the act of chewing would help you stay up too. So if you need that extra energy boost, I mean, coffee would be number one. Gum is number 2, and then we can do the energy drinks if you can't get access to that. I just wanted to give some practical before we left out instead of just talking shit.
Or if if you somebody, obviously, it's some companies that's more strict than others. If you somebody that loves to listen to music, maybe even a podcast, audiobooks, man, get you, if you ain't got the trucker set, get you some earbuds. Obviously keep it at a safe level so you can still hear what's going on around you.
Mm.
Uh but yeah, even the music and just the audio itself will keep you up, because from experience, like truck driver here, and then bro got experience with trucks. That caffeine shit is a false sense of what you think is doing. You think it's keeping it up, but you think the caffeine is keeping you up or the energy is keeping you up, but it's really in here. Because I still have had energy times where I'm drinking an energy drink and it's not doing what I expected it to do.
Yeah.
Right. But what really helps is when I pull over and I take a walk, or like bro to go get a gum or put music in. That's what really keeps me alert enough to get me to where I need to go.
Bro, I want to ask you because you said listen to podcasts and shit, and I know we both like to learn. Have you found that listening to educational shit makes you sleepier? I gotta listen
You,
to
you
some
gotta
shit.
you gotta do that shit in increments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say if you wanna take get just a pinch of that shit just for like 15, 20 minutes, go ahead and listen to an audio book. But as soon as you feel yourself like kind of like drifting off or it's kind of getting boring to you, that's when you want to switch to the music, right? You might got a 3 hour drive, 3-4 hour drive. It's damn near impossible to listen to a book for
And
4 hours on the road. It's just not
that
gonna
shit put
happen.
me to sleep.
You have to find it's a podcast that I used to listen to that was entertaining. That kept me up because of the different sound effects, and just they did a pretty good job with keeping you immersed and just drawn in. But then also, man, get you a decent playlist. Like for me, I'm a fan of '90s, like the '90s R&B. You know what I'm saying? If I got a solid playlist, and I got hits coming back to back to back, man, I'm up for 4 hours, man, 3-4 hours, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely to the truck drivers, man, because I done seen um, a lot of truck drivers' health go down very quickly
Mhm.
because of the amount of food, like just the. I mean, when you at a truck stop and restaurants, like it ain't really a lot of access to that healthy shit that you need. So it's a lot of bullshit you eating on top of the energy drinks, and then it's a lot of drivers that might smoke cigarettes because it keeps them occupied. And yeah, as a truck driver, if you're not careful, your health will decline very quickly. So yeah, definitely be careful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all. Yeah.
man. Without that being said, y'all, man, we hope this story have helped out in some way. Maybe took a lesson from it as far as how important it is to read the fine print, because it's fine print for a reason, right? Of course they're not going to put a fine print in bold letters, right? Because if it say, look, if you drink this product, there's a risk that this may happen. Well, guess what? They just ruined their money. You're not gonna buy the product if it's telling you exactly what it's gonna do, right? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna reverse that. Look, it gives you energy, it gives it, wellness, and it makes you feel healthy, speeds up your metabolism. They gonna put all of that type of shit in bold to persuade you to buy it. But the shit you need to pay attention to is that very small print in the back of the can, and that's gonna tell you everything that you need to know about a product. And the reason why they put it so small is that they just place it there so that they're compliant, right? Because they have to place that type of shit on the product. Yeah. So without that being said, y'all, like, make sure you follow the YouTube channel, subscribe, so that you can get notified for future content, future episodes, when me and my guy drop. My IG page is in the description. Blackamore IG's page is in the description. We are now on different directories as well. So Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. So if you're not the type of person that likes to look at visuals and you rather just listen, definitely go check us out. Yeah, so without that being said, y'all, life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the gods and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully. Sexually.